Hello everybody on YouTube and welcome to Feedback Friday number 12. Yeah, that's right, we've done 12 of these. And here we are still going. You probably know what this is by now, but if you don't know what this is where we take video games made by you people in the chat down there, people who are watching this streamed live on Twitch, either fans of my videos or just people that happen to stumble upon my stream. We play games that they made. They can be of any skill level, any kind of point of development. The only conditions really are that the game is freely accessible, or they're willing to give a free key or whatever, and it was made by the person who submitted it. Those are pretty much the only rules. And so we're starting off today with another game by series regular Daddy Suck 5000, Untitled top-down shooter. So I'm going to get this, we're going to stick it in our ever-growing folder of viewer games, and we're going to download all 98.1 megabytes of it. Thankfully, in modern 2020 times, that doesn't take about 4 weeks, and it's already done. Yeah, come here on Twitch. If you hang out on Twitch long enough, Holtzy will give you a sub. So, I recommend it if you haven't made the jump yet. Do it. If you get in the stream early, if you get in around, I aim for 1 o'clock UK time, but it was a little bit late today. Usually sometime between 1 and 2 I'll start streaming. You get in there, you're hanging out. The moment the stream starts, there is a non-zero chance that you just get handed a sub. Like that's the window. So he's a very generous man. And with that sub, you get some emotes, and I get the money, but you get some emotes. So who's the real winner? Untitled top down. Oh, okay. So we got a tiny little menu down. Full screen. No. Okay, let's try this again. Press F for full screen, and when you get to a room with just darkness, that means I haven't added more. Okay. Can I press F? F. Can I press? Okay, we'll press that instead. F was a lie, but maybe it only works in the game. Clicking seems to confirm the menu, although clicking doesn't. Okay. You get the idea. So this is like the menu as taken from my platformer series, I'm guessing. That's what is that? Does a man start at some levers? You smell. Do I click? I click. This is the Mega Man intro, but weird. Biospark? Why did the man tell me I smelled? Okay, we in there now. It's quite a revolving door. You can't go in there. Hello? Right, is this like stretched out? No, this is just how it be. Okay. I was thinking like, oh, is this like stretched resolution-wise? No, it's not. That's just how it be. So if those of you out there, you haven't seen one of Daddy Sucks games before, you might be thinking, wow, this is like... This guy just doesn't know what he's doing, right? No, he knows. For better or worse, he knows what he's doing. We are here to arrest Melvin Biggums. He has been putting dangerous chemicals in the medicine that he is selling here. Oh no! I fell through a trapdoor. Mwahahahaha. You walked right into... Oh, these skin folds, man. That was... You walked right into my trap. Oh god, we're... Oh no. You have died. Press R to restart. Or at least it didn't play that whole cutscene again. Do I have Some kind of... Oh, I have a gun. Right, hold... Okay. What? Why the bullets are a pixel? Why are the bullets a pixel? No, it's hard for me to tell, like... These games are always difficult because, like, I guess the like, tiny bullet is part of the bad game aesthetic, right? But for me, that's just kind of like, it's... I'd rather than see like a tiny bullet doing a thing, I'd rather see it like do like a hit scan or something. Just do a line, like if you're trying to do bullets small, because bullets are really small, you can't actually see the bullet, right, in real life, so you don't need to bother even drawing it. Or even if you're not doing a hit scan, oh wow, you can still hit them. Even if you're not doing like an actual hit scan and you are actually just using a projectile like that scans along like that and looks for a hit, you don't even need to make it visible. Just make it invisible and I'll assume it's kind of like a hit scan. It's fast enough. And then I'll just be like, oh cool, you did a hit scan, and you can be like, no, I actually it's just an invisible projectile. Also F. What do I do here? Oh, that. Now I'm screwed. Doesn't seem to be particularly alarmed by what happened to his friend there. Is there a slight... Hang on. Have you got a slight randomization on the accuracy here? You have as well. What's this mean? I know it's mental. This just looks... This is hard to look at, like this stuff. Like the other stuff I can get behind is like part of the intentionally bad aesthetic. This, you gotta be careful with that stuff. Like, I know it feels like, wow, that means I can just do whatever I want and get away with it. It'll be consistent because it's all bad, haha. But I don't think it's as simple as that. I think there is a line you can cross of just like, oops, it's accidentally just like bad again, right? And I think this like super light, like suddenly like revealing the problem with it is it reveals the resolution, right? Because it's like the pixels are way smaller. Whereas like when you've got an array of big pixels like this, it's, I don't know, I think it works a bit better. This is kind of like Super Hot, except you don't have any powers. I mean, I kind of respect it. Just like, it's just like, you're like, as would happen, you're just a guy with one gun and just four guys much more heavily armed than you just like charge towards you and start opening fire. You're pretty screwed, right? But maybe there's a 1 in a million chance that you get everything just right. I mean, that is the theory behind like Super Hot, right? But you've got like time slowdown and stuff and power to get it right? There's like a power that's like enabled you to do that. Whereas in this, it's just you've got to straight up do it. Are they just patrolling, actually? Like, yeah, that guy's actually head back up, so if I win here... Oh, okay. Can I get in there? Ooh, golly. Doesn't really help. I feel like I'm just being hit by the... Okay. I wonder if the door is obscuring vision. Don't mind me. I appreciate like the tiny amount of screen shake that's on the gunshot. It's little things like that that then let you know, kind of like, you can kind of tell that it's intentionally bad because there's stuff in there that's otherwise good, right? Because there's like, there's intentionally bad and there's the best the developer could do, right? And this is like a mix of both. And you can tell where just the eye, the eye for the aesthetic is sometimes there, but is sometimes not. And I don't think I don't think this floor texture works. I don't know. I'm a fan of whatever these are meant to be. Shooting a dude on the toilet, classic japes. Oh, like he's just aiming the gun, sat on the toilet. I sit on my toilet with my gun aimed forward like that, ready to fire at a moment's notice. It's interesting because you have coded like the slightest delay into them firing that gives you like literally like a frame to shoot. It isn't instant, because if it was instant, you would just lose. I didn't think I fired that straight enough, but maybe the hitbox just worked out. Oh, what? I thought there was a cutscene. And I thought this was like a cutscene. You don't have to kill everyone in each level? I wondered, but like it felt like I needed to. See, that's not entirely clear, because nothing's really told me those rules. I like that I can't quite shoot the receptionist. It's like bulletproof. Why does it go to a different route every time? I suppose it means you can't actually just hold the bullet, you've actually got to aim. But he's like pre-firing. I don't even know how I made that work. This person's just whatever. Is this the end? No, okay. Entirely different art style suddenly. No. Oh, okay. What? What does this do? Am I just eating something? What's that about? He's taking my gun. What? What are those? I don't have my gun. Oh, okay, it does actually. It's actually an attack. Can I just take their guns? Go away, fences. Can I take their guns? They're right there. Can I take these ones? Oh, sure, I can take these ones. Can't take the perfectly good ones they dropped. Oh golly, though, this is kind of exciting. Like, we've been bodied by this gun for so long, and now I have the gun. That's cool. I hope it doesn't have ammo. It was weird that there were several copies of it. Oh, dude on the toilet. That was a bit risky. God damn it. I can't work out, like, what is going to alert them and what. They have, like, this weird, like, very small circle of hearing. Oh my days. Okay. Okay. No, there's something. Whatever. No, I can't. No, there's a door, but it's like a fake door. God damn it. Oh, you can you like shoot the doors? Ah. Interesting. No, I don't. Sick of this level. I think, like, I get it that you're going for like a low effort aesthetic, but I would put more effort in. Like bits like this and like the textures and stuff. It's difficult to explain what the difference is between, like, oh, I can shoot myself through the walls. That's kind of useful. Cool. Well, we'll use that, like, quick sequence break there. What? I don't even want to think about what you're trying to do with those. Of course, that was an enemy. Of course, why wouldn't it be? What else could it have been? I don't know how to fight that, but I think we've seen. I think we have. I think we have digested enough. Like this kind of works. Like this whole, like, cause it's like obviously like stretched, you know. But it's like it rides that line of like the satire you can't really tell is satire, where the thing looks bad and that's the point, and it just looks bad. This like this kind of thing works. I like yeah, because there's little things, you know. There's the drawing of this, there's the hit, the screen shake on the shooting through the doors, and parts of it that just like demonstrate that like it's obviously not just like it's been thought about. I just think you're relying too hard on that aesthetic letting you get away with some elements just being a bit poorly designed, like just not really thinking at all about like the size of spaces. Um or just like the clarity of certain like. It's a bit. It's a tricky one. It's always tricky to kind of like work out like what your intentions were with this kind of thing. But I liked there was bits I liked. Like I say, I like being faced with a really like an enemy with a really powerful weapon, and then you get that weapon is quite cool because then like, oh, I know it's good because I've just had my butt kicked by this weapon for like the last 4 levels. This is really cool to discover. Spinning doors are kind of cool, but they were a bit like because they were weird and glitchy, and it was kind of hard to really work out like what they did, if they blocked bullets or not, or like because they like push you around kind of a little bit as well. Game queue is full for now, yeah. Hmm. I would just I'd be careful. Don't rely too much on your chosen like low effort aesthetic to carry the game in, and therefore make up for not having to put effort into things. Because you demonstrate the ability to put effort in and make things like have like this weird creepy look. But then like I don't think that matches well with these like super low effort textures for certain things. I think you could do better all around. I think you could do something that still keeps this look and but puts a bit more effort into the actual aesthetic. But it's all right, Thank you for that one, Daddy Suck. See you again next week. BulbaCat. That's the game. Untitled. Yet another Untitled game. Untitled platformer. Titles are hard. They are hard today, it seems. Hang on, I have 6 notifications on Discord. What's going on here? Oh, someone's just messaging. Someone just sent me 5 messages about Game Maker. Hello, do you know how to overlay clothes? Like when I try and equip an item and it shows on... Do I know this person? Mutual servers Game Maker. Yeah, that's what I thought. Every time. There is a rule on that server that says, hey, don't do that. Don't just DM people who just whatever. Anyway. Platformer. Oh, hey. Looks like another certain platformer with... I feel really proud of those trees and mountains at this point, just because they are the most plagiarized thing from that tutorial series. People don't take like the character art or anything like that, but the trees and the mountains, like these so often taken directly from that, which means I guess people think they look good, right? Like the little moon in the background, although it doesn't match. Is the issue, right? I don't think anyway. Oh, it does. Does it? No, those are different pixel sizes. No, yeah, you can see. I didn't. Yeah, those. I'd have been surprised if it didn't, because I was like, well, why does it look wrong? But yeah, like your moon. Just look, you can see. Like these are like scaled up 2 times, so like they're 2 times the size of these pixels, but you've drawn that at 1 times the size of the pixels. same goes for this little dude, right? Look at the style of this. Look at the style of him. I don't mind you using my artwork or whatever here, by the way. I mean, assuming you're not selling this or anything. But, you need to then match it up to the rest. Or, you know, you've shown the perfectly capable of drawing your own stuff here. Like, this guy looks cool. The moon looked cool. Draw the trees and the mountains again, but in your style. And then you'll be okay. The music, the audio's a bit quiet. Yeah, it probably is. Can we hear it better now? Should be like some light piano-y tinkly dinkly dinkly doo. Nice music. I'm just drawing your own backgrounds. Good, yeah. So you want to make them match the general style. Go, oh, the shooting star. Look at that. It's cool. Probably do the title. I mean, I get that this is whip because the title itself is whip, right? But probably something else for that as well. Settings. Again, it doesn't match. Look, because it's like white with no outline suddenly. The settings and then settings. Wait, settings. Resume settings. Like settings. Settings. Audio noise. It means harmless. Why? I don't get it when I don't know what to think when the default setting for a difficulty is not on normal, and yet there is a difficulty called normal. I don't know what to make of that. But you had it on harmless by default, so that's where I'm going to leave it, because I'm going to assume that that is your true normal. But then why is there one called normal? Resolution. Okay, so I get you probably put this in because games have, like, resolution settings. But look at what this is doing to your artwork, right? What? Oh god. A window mode on makes it full screen. Okay, it's new, don't use it for anything. Alright, okay. But it's just FYI, it's the first place I'm always gonna look. Like, if I load up a game that's got an options menu, I'm gonna go into the options menu. I'm gonna see what's there. I wanna know what you've made into options. And Park Ranger, I remember this story. Pixel sizes though, and you can't blame just before it was just like, oh, because of my artwork or whatever being in there and you doing your own style. But you've got differences in here. You actually got it within the artwork as well, which is kind of impressive. How have you even pulled that off? What's going on there? Yeah, like, no, you pixels. You're using these like thick right there. Like, this doesn't work. So you've got, what have you done here? You've got like, you've drawn it like as if it's pixel art of a certain resolution in here, but then just ignored the resolution within the same sprite. That's a whole new level of pixeling that I don't think I've seen before. That's yeah, you don't want to do that. That's because the visual of it just falls apart, right? You get away with like pixel art looks wrong, just like in general, right? It doesn't look like a correct. The reason pixel art doesn't look photorealistic is because it is pixels, right? And so corners are represented as these jagged squares, right? But it's fine when it's consistently like that, consistently at that resolution, because then your brain fills in the details and stuff for you, and because like it thinks it's seeing a pixelated image across the board, right? You can't do that within. You can't. I don't even know how to describe what you've done. You can't use that aesthetic of like blocks making up the thing and then do it at different sizes all over the place, because then it just looks like that's what it looks like, right? Because like, and this is why pixels don't work as a whole, right? If you are showing that, like, if you just look at the pixels along this green line, look, if you start seeing that these pixels exist on the screen, it ruins the illusion that's created by the pixel art of the entire screen being that resolution. And suddenly, like, if you were to compare like this green line to this tree, it suddenly looks like not that this tree, your brain is no longer going to fill in the details that this is like a smooth incline down here. It's going to think that the tree is actually like which is not what a tree looks like. So then it just starts to look stupid. That is why pixels and stuff don't work, because they shatter that illusion. I think it was like upscaling it, and then I forgot to redraw a few parts. Right, yeah, that explains how that might happen. Right, okay, so that, okay. But, it's a problem. Right. Like here as well, like this E versus like the message that comes up is a little bit different, right? And obviously the lights is like its own pixel, it's entirely own resolution here, like not next to this, next to this, next to this, next to this. I know I go on about it a lot, I know you're all probably sick of hearing about it, but it remains the thing, you know, it remains the case. What was he saying? Please refrain from murder. I mean, you say duh, but not everyone's gonna know that. Looks good. It's a good looking little frog, that. It's a cute frog, well done, nice pixel art. But what's the problem with it? It has a cute little black outline, nothing else does. Spikes are lethal. Telling me how to play? This is good. Probably don't need to mention that spikes are lethal, to be fair. You can get away without mentioning that one. They look lethal. Careful with your transitions, like, it's like, I think I mentioned this when I teach about the transition in the first place, like, and like closing it and then just instantly snapping, like that. Give it a moment of rest on the black, and like, just let it, just needs a bit of tweaking. Interesting, like, you tell me that spikes are lethal, but you don't tell me to drop down through that, unless you did and I missed it. You didn't even tell me to wall jump, although I guess it is implied by the cell. Okay. Oh, okay, so be careful with messages like that if I can very easily skip them by like just pressing any button. I know it's like, oh yeah, because you can just press any button and get rid of that. That's you know, okay. But then I just skipped that and I have no idea what any of that was. It's something to do with the shift key. Makes me do a little roll. Oh, at least when I die it comes back. Like, why are some of these on little temporary messages I can never see again unless I die, and some of them on the signposts? Why not just make them all the signposts? Okay. I thought space was jump for some reason, sorry. Gosh, this is suddenly a bit... Oh, I get... Okay. So, nothing really... I kind of had to work out there that I got my double jump back if... The problem you're having here, I think, is you're, like, telling people a bunch of the rules, missing out some of the more important ones. You're telling me some unnecessary things, like telling me like spikes deal damage and like some extra little nuances of the wall jump, rather than just you can wall jump and how the double jump is restored when you do a wall jump, which was pretty necessary to getting through this little bit. The problem with having a bunch of like these mechanics, like wall jumping that right away, in a way I'd rather just, I think you're in a rush to get all those mechanics to the player so you can start doing cool stuff with spikes, but I think you kind of need a gentler introduction of just like running and jumping over spikes for a bit, and then like you just slowly curve up as you run out of interesting things to do with the mechanics. And you've kind of rushed to like, you can jump, you can wall jump, you can double jump, you can do other things. Okay, you know how to play now, cool. Getting the tutorial right is like the hardest part, but it's also the most important. So here we got a Hollow Knight wall. The stuff is dangerous. Maybe we can get around it. So, oh, and I wasn't aware we had any kind of health thing. Don't know why we do. We already demonstrated, like, I'm already okay with instant death because, you know, it was clear from the beginning. Oh, can I just roll? This is weird, like, why would I think... Whatever. You shouldn't have this. Don't put this here. That's a really bad idea, because I'm there like, okay, I can get around it, so I'm gonna go try and do this or whatever for ages. And it was just a random guess of like, oh, can I roll through it? That I did, right? I don't have a very good contextual reason to think that rolling would get me through this. It's no different to me to physically trying to go through it, right? I can't go through it, so why can I roll through it, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. But and that's fine if that's just the rule or whatever. Contextually weird, but whatever. That's not really the big deal. The problem here is that you then, what you want to do when you've got a situation where you want me to press one thing to learn how to do a thing, and you want me to learn how to do it rather than just straight up telling me, you can't then put in an area like this that appears to show an alternative way around, and then say, maybe there's a way around, because I'm going to try the way around that I can see. Okay? There's no need for this. This area pretty much seems to just exist to stop you going this way, so why isn't it just a wall? Wall it off. No, noise is going to annoy me, so I'm just going to kill myself, start again, and roll through. Jump and roll at the same time. I guess that's a fun flip. Didn't think I needed to, did I? Oh. I didn't even see that, I was just doing it for the sake of it. Pixels, but yeah. Okay, not afraid to change your spike sizes, which is fine, but make sure you scale the art to match. Not a row. It's cool to see you've done something a little bit different from just what my platformer was. Using the same ideas, like I always appreciate seeing that. The IRS. I thought for some reason I was going to have to jump on top of these. Gravestones. It's a sword. Like Z and click, or just C. Okay, weird controls, but... Is this why I have health? Because otherwise, like, I'm probably going to touch him, right? Yeah. Oh, it's not just unclick, or I can just let go of it. Like a hold.
Oh wow, it really felt like it was clicked, but it's not even a hold. You just press it, it's just a long animation. It's just that long of an animation that I tricked myself into thinking it was like I had to hold it down. Rain effect's kind of neat. It's a weird look with like it being like solid blue but coming down from a red sky, right? Why would the rain be blue? Where's the water that it's... where is it getting its blue colour from? And you just did that because water is blue, right? Water isn't blue, water is clear. It's just reflective. I feel like I was quite close there. Done your own boss fight as well, which is nice, rather than just sitting on my videos commenting, "Can you do a boss fight tutorial, John?" You just went in and did it. You used the tools that you learned, and you're like, I want to do a boss fight. How can I do that with the things that I've learned? And you did it. So I'm proud of you. Well done. The health bar is probably a little bit too tiny. Like look at the amount of screen real estate you've got. Look at all this. You got this huge screen. Why am I spending so much of my vision here just looking at dirt? Like this could like basically all be the boss health bar, right? Or like up here or something. I don't know. You've got a lot of space to work with. This is like my gameplay view is like this area of the screen, right? Right now, like there's. Everything else is just extraneous. This is like a nice... I mean, it's my parallax stuff, but like, it's like a nice visual background, so at least that's got some value. The rest of the screen is basically doing no work, though. Man, this is hard. It's a cool attack. You got like, I like there's a little like wind up before he summons the dudes as well. You kind of get used to it. You learn how it works. Okay, the short range attack is actually super strong. Ow! But then that happens. Okay. I'd probably give him more of a wind up on like that big swinging attack. It's good. Whole new attack. Don't think that go to the right arrow was necessary, like I had literally nowhere else to go. I'm gonna be swinging my sword like this. You all get in the way. Yeah, it does have a little animation. It's a little hard to spot, but it's there. Oh, I thought that went full screen. No! No, not like this. Ah! It's so close! It's a good boss fight. The screen is very poorly used in it. The animations aren't perfect, but they're there. The fundamentals of it are here, right? It's good. It would probably have helped if I'd have looked like, I don't know, been able to do any combat until this point. Rather than just, here's a sword, now boss fight. But I kind of respect that in a way as well. Oh, he's on the spike, he should be... Oh. Well, this finally justifies there being a health mechanic. Your black wally things, I think just make them insta-kill you. It's weird, but I don't know. I guess it gets you ready for this. In a weird, messed up, broken way, it all kind of works, I suppose. I'm just sort of relying. There's like a gap in the sword swinging, and I'm not really sure how to use it. I'm just realizing this sword swing and stuff, it's based on my melee attacks tutorial, isn't it? I'm just noticing that, like the shape of the sword and everything. Which is cool, you've learned. You got two different types of attack, you got a little combo that one you can just hold down. Ow. And each attack kind of has its own uses as well, which is like rarer than you'd think. I keep thinking he's going to do a fireball or something when he does that. It's like, that's the one with the shockwave. I just kind of want to win this fight. Been here for too long, but I'm invested now. Oh wow, I actually knocked him out of that attack. Wow, that has an annoyingly long aftershock. No! Yes! Great. Ugh. Thanks for playing. It was fun! It was good! Again, get your pixel sizes sorted the hell out. The way you teach stuff is super disjointed and all over the place. Think about what you want to prioritize, try and make each area a bit more focused, and a bit more thought out. Try and just have a reason for everything. Work on your level design as well, like don't have like split paths where one path is just you can't go this way covered in spikes because you're just putting stuff around, alright? Put things in with clear reasons. Just don't be afraid to just block out areas where like you don't want people to go. Don't just add extra space for no reason. If there's an area of your game that looks like an interact with, have it be there for a reason. Thank you, KSKS. Hope I enjoyed the game so far. I look forward to releasing the full game and hope that you will enjoy that also. If you have any feedback for me, well, I just gave you it all. Once again, playing. End. This is... I'd start on a new thing. Maybe it's another platformer or whatever. But I wouldn't build on that as like I'm gonna release another thing that's a bit bigger than that. The reason I say that is not because that's bad or anything like that, but because you'll have probably learned a lot from doing it. You followed a lot of my tutorials and stuff to get to that point. You know, you got some of my tutorial artwork and stuff in there. Now you know more. Go back and do a new thing. Is what I would say. Yeah, refine the order on mixels. But I don't know. It depends really. Maybe like you've got a big to-do list that you want to get through. And if you think you're gonna get a lot more out of continuing to work on it, then go for it, I guess. But I think you'll probably get more out of starting again. Not that what you've got there isn't good. But take that with a pinch of salt. You know your own work better than me. Anyway, thank you for that one. It was cool. Where are we up to now? We got started about 2:30. It's taken us an hour to get through 2 games. That is not good enough. I was still kind of in the mindset that we had like 7 responses and forgot we did actually get up to 10. So let's try and maybe get a little bit of a move on. Feel like I always say that by about entry number 3. Negative reinforcement from Holtzy. 1 hour jam, click with mouse. My song 4.m4a. I look forward to hearing that. Negative reinforcement 1. That's it. Don't worry, it's short. Fair enough. Oh yeah, you did say. Made it an hour. I don't know what I would do for an hour jam. At that point, to me, it just feels like I can't really create anything of value. Like, I did that thing in 7 hours, but I think that's like probably my limit. One second. Hello, Nasir. You're most proud of the music? Good. Okay. I don't know why, I just feel compelled to click with the music. What's going on? Oh, they got sucked into this. And purple things are here and get pushed around by the green. Did I win? Mining energy from the black hole. So what do I? But obviously not finished. So what do I do? So it is raining hella loud outside right now. This is it. I mean... What's going on with the background? Why like the grey rectangles? Is this meant to be space? I mean, yeah, it's about all I get done in an hour, but still. Like, I don't really know what to give feedback on. Like, I like the green things kind of move in sync with the music. I don't know if that added anything to the context of them being mining stations sucking energy from a black hole. that has now shrunk again. It was really big and now it's gone small again. Did you spend 50 minutes on the song and 10 on the game? There's no, I don't know what to criticize. There's no game here, right? I mean, you did say it would be short, but I did still probably expect there to be any game, or anything to talk about. Like, I kind of like that the first frame, I mean it was probably by accident, but like the first frame of clicking here is actually at full size of the sprite. That actually adds a weird little like snap to it when it like suddenly flips into matching this like, I don't know, sine wave or whatever you've got doing this like squash and stretch. It's a nice little effect for the placing all that. But yeah, there is no game. Next time, there should be some game. Moving on. Yeah, I wanted to show how pointless an hour jam is. I mean, I've seen some things come out of hour jams, but like, if I was going to do an hour jam, I'd probably do a Twine game. Right? Or something like that. I'd spend about 20 minutes thinking of a thing, and then 40 minutes doing it. And so, you had an hour to make a game, right? Here's what you did wrong. Bothered with music. Bothered with any visual effects. Like, I liked the effect of the thing going in and out. It's just an effect. It's a game jam at the end of the day, right? So you gotta get a game to exist. There has to be, whatever the rules are of a game needs to end up existing by the end of that hour. That is really hard, don't get me wrong, that is seriously difficult. But it's fair enough being like, oh, this is what I was able to get done in an hour, and that's fair enough. But what I would say you did was prioritize your time entirely wrong. Okay, this is just advice for, you know, for doing an hour long game jams. You know, it's absurdly hard thing to do, but I don't think what you've made proves that they're pointless or that they're impossible. I think what that game proves is that you spent your time wrong. What you needed to spend your time on was whatever the mechanics were meant to be. If that was meant to be a black hole getting bigger, and you were, I still don't really get the game idea, but like, there's like, you know, mines or whatever that are sucking energy out of a thing, then the black hole should have just been a draw circle with black, because it gets bigger. The energy should have just been draw circles or whatever, or a circular sprite. Circular sprite even better, because then you can just literally just grow the image X scale and Y scale, right? And the little mining stations, why did they have like fancy effects on them? You've only got an hour. Just slap it down as a circle. You did that thing, you did it like that, I could make that in about 5 minutes. Okay? Less than, right? I don't mean make what you did, I mean make what I just described, right? I can make little green things, like I can make as much gameplay as that in about 5 minutes. I don't mean I could make what you did there, and this is what I'm saying. I said you spent your time wrongly. Okay, you've only got an hour, so you cut the music, cut the effects, cut all that stuff, because you don't have time. You literally do not have time. You have an hour. So all of that needs to go into the gameplay. If somehow you finish that, because hopefully you've scoped within something that can be finished within an hour, then maybe you finish in 40 minutes or something like that, and then you've got 20 minutes, then throw in whatever crap you like that you can at the end. Okay? That's the only point I wanted to make about that, because like it stood out to me that you said like I only submitted this to show off that, you know, our game jams are pointless or whatever, right? So it feels like you didn't really know how you could have done better there, right? And it felt, and you felt that you know, you did the best you could within the time. I'm not saying that's not true, but in terms of your abilities, I mean, but in terms of the best you could have output, you could have output something better if you'd prioritized your time better. That's what I'm trying to get at. Not that our game jams aren't absurdly hard. Anyway, I'm talking in circles. I think you get the point. Let's move on. What was it called? Negative reinforcement. What was that? I didn't get that. Read this, please. Well, since you put it in all caps. Project Summit by Matthew Patel. Some things are still placeholders like the background. The key is keyboard compatible. It's better with a controller. Move, jump, except better with a controller, you say. Alright. I will unwrap my handy video game device. And download Project Summit. I'm sure we played this. Is this the one with like the procedurally generated mountains and that? I don't know. We'll find out. It said Project Summit 1 there, so I'm sure I've already got a version of this. Okay, cool. Interested to see how that came on. What was my problem with it last time? It was like, it had like downward areas that there were no point to go to, so I just sort of, it took a little while to guess that I just had to go up. The procedural generation of the levels was a little wonky. I think there may have been mixel issues, but I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. So, we'll just see what we've got. The 23, does that stand for 2.3? That's how I've named a lot of my projects that I've updated to version 2.3, or just the same name with 23 on the end. This menu's different from what I remember. I remember there being like a character screen and a bunch of stuff, right? And you had a bunch of characters. That. Okay. I like the screen. Only difference in pixels is the font, and I think that's fine. I think that works. A bit just on the menu buttons and stuff, but it's alright. Alright. This is better. I don't remember exactly how it was before. But this has an elegance to it that wasn't there before. Anyway, get it, we just press solo. I'm picking a character. I can see there's a bunch of levels. I can see most of them are locked. It looks like they're locked independently per character. At least that's implied by these colors changing to each thing. If that's not the case, then uh-oh, you implied something that wasn't true. But it's cute. Those little goats and things. So this art looks different as well now. See, I'm climbing up because I actually know already. They just sort of push you around. So I'd probably like a proceed button there to just instantly go to the next stage, but... This art looks super crisp. I don't remember if this is how it looked before. I feel like I remember it looking a lot more basic before, but I might be wrong. So what's the oh, I just hit play again. So what makes this stage 2 as opposed to... I mean, this looks Is this even possible? There is a jump buffer. Not sure that was doable. Play again. I have double. Oh, there's a double jump. Okay, I didn't know that. And like, well, I played it before, but like, it was a long time ago, and the game didn't tell me anything. Something about that background dirt makes me think of Terraria. It looks a bit like the corruption land. What made me lose, by the way? They're just like... Because there's no... Like, the timer goes up. They just hit a certain value and like, make you lose. Why is it green now? Well, the green is like, I'm okay. Turn yellow just when... Oh, did it just turn yellow? Oh, no, okay. It turns yellow after 10. Yeah, I was gonna say like, oh, it doesn't tell me like, I didn't know that there was only 20 seconds to do it, but okay, it does tell you there. It's a bit, like it just says time, like it doesn't say time limit or anything either. Especially that it's different on each level. I get that it counts up because it's like a time attack game. If that's the case, I always don't think you need like a failure state, like a pressure like that. I don't know. Since it's already like, I don't know, maybe you just need like a par time or whatever. Maybe you don't even do a game over in that case. Like, you know, you just have a par time that you need to hit in order to unlock the next stage. I don't think there's necessarily a reason to be like, you lose or whatever after a certain amount of time. Maybe you just, you know, you keep climbing. If I get there at 27 seconds instead of under 25, you can just be like, too slow, you have to try again kind of thing. And at least I got to experience the whole level, right? But I'm not really seeing anything different about these levels other than maybe every now and again they're including different artwork. Oh, I see a snowman over there. And again, like, it's a little weird to me that, like, for a game that is just about going up, there is so much of the level off to the left and right that I don't really get to spend any time with. I like this countdown. The countdown is nice because I think it in and of itself implies a pressure. So, like, even if I haven't, like, sussed out that I've got to go fast or get to the top yet, like, it's heavily implied. So I've got to do something fast. Like it is some description of race. Oh, there is a next level thing. Didn't see that before. I don't know if there is okay. There's some new block types now. So that's a thing that stands out a bit more as like a new level design element. I like these little fireworks displays as well, they're good. A little bit different in style to the rest of it. I don't know, nice to see them match up a bit more. So the effect itself is good. The goats would have been a nice thing to introduce on level 2. I think, like, they're right from the beginning. I think it would just been a nice pacing thing so you get the idea of new levels introducing new things. Like, right away. I'd also kind of like to be able to, like, because every level is random, it can be tough to feel like I'm getting better at the game and not just getting a nicer level. Also, I think the music has died. Oh no. You know, the moment I come up against something hard, it's like, oh, you lose, and it's like, start again on a totally different thing. It's like, ah, I kind of wish that, yeah, I could, like, just sort of try it again, because they are such small levels as well, right? And it's, like, quite heavily random. You know, like, something like Spelunky uses, like its design isn't that random, it's just like chains together different handcrafted rooms. Maybe there's something different, maybe that's what happens here, I don't know, but it doesn't feel like that's what happens here, because everything feels very very random. How do I actually get up there? It's all blocked off. Keep trying to fit through one pile gaps and I cannot. Boop, boop. Ah, stuck in a thing. This would be fun multiplayer though, right? I enjoy that as a game, as a local multiplayer thing of like just racing to get to the top of a thing, especially if there's ways you can interact with each other and like slow each other down, that kind of thing. Either way, I think we get the idea. That's cool. Arcade mode's just not ready yet, it's fair enough. So I'm guessing these are the same, yeah, because they're the same unlocks and everything regardless of character. I get what you... can't... No easy way to like escape back to the menu from here. No. I'll just wait until it times over. So I get why you felt like, oh, let's color all the level selection things the same as the character. But there's a kind of little confusing implication that goes along with that, that like, I don't know, the characters are fundamentally different in some way. Maybe they have their own records, or maybe they have their own levels. And that doesn't appear to be the case, right? They're the same no matter what, and it's just sort of a coloring thing. I get why for the aesthetic, but I think it hurts. Like, I'm not saying I know exactly what you should do instead, but I think it kind of hurts the, I think it just adds a little bit of confusion. Yeah, I like the little tents. This whole scene in general is quite cute. It is a bit mixed. I think it looks okay, though. I think generally, I think your style is clean enough. I think it was kind of I think it's kind of smart that, like, oh, I can't zoom in here, but I think it's kind of smart that you kept this and this the same, because it's nice, got a nice visual distance from this. Like, I think it would have been tempting to make this match this in size, but I think putting it next to this would have drawn real attention to the split pixels, and it would make it worse. So I think what you've done here is sensible. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the coloring of this to match this, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, it colors like everything as well. If I come back, yeah, interesting. It's just the general color. Maybe that helps it. Yeah, it's probably fine. That's good, that's come a long way. I like that you've cut it down a bit, honestly. That feels like, I feel like I don't know if it's just the way it feels now, but it feels a lot cleaner. It feels like you've trimmed a lot of fat, which is very good. And there seem to be a few more meaningful things showing up in the level design and like environmental effects going on. So I think it's come quite a way. I'd love to play it local multiplayer. I just, I'm only one man. but I can see it being fun. It would be a nice place to go from here moving on, I guess. What's arcade? I mean, that felt like a fairly arcadey mode. What is arcade meant to? I don't know. Yeah, I like your background scenes and the general theme of it. It's good. Yeah, good to see that again. That was good. I think my main thing with the game part is I don't know how I feel about it being this like procedural pyramid, essentially, your level, where you start in the middle of the pyramid and you want to get to the top. So I'm like, what are all these bits at the side for? Yeah, every now and again you go up and the bit is blocked off and you kind of have to go around here, but it's sort of, yeah, I don't know, there's just a lot of level design I feel like gets wasted, and it's just sort of I don't know, the procedural level design didn't really feel that exciting. It was just like spatial awareness of like, oh, I can jump from here to here and just finding a path. That's kind of all I'm really doing in it. How to make that better, I don't have the answers for necessarily. Procedural generation and level design is very hard. But that's just the feeling I get from it, right? How's it going? It's going good. It's going good. Thank you for that one, Matthew. It was cool. As I say, like, it feels a lot cleaner than it did last time. Feels a lot more like it has focus. I kind of get a bit more of what it's about. It felt a lot less spread thin. From what I remember. Which admittedly is not that much, but I remember a little bit. Misterakuma's Pretend Cars Racing. An old school top-down racing game. Okay. And we got HTML5 and everything. First game, and it is a long time do love project. It is done in GameMaker. It's a nice screenshot. Game is currently early access. Okay. Player 1 is controlled with WASD. Player 2 can play with the arrow keys. Okay. I worry with the amount of stuff listed in controls and stuff in here that it's going to be a bit non-obvious on how to play, but we'll see. Hi, what's your name? Oh gosh. Ah. Where's the mouse? There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it does have that kind of cute, pretend cars racing. It sounds like something like toddler would say, you know? Okay. So there was a lot of, like, I really like this shot here. This cover image is nice. It's super clean. Nice title here, like, where you're going here. I would normally say that I don't like the mix of pixel art versus, vector, but this is like sort of both because of the way it's italicized in high res. I think you get away with it. I think the style actually looks really nice. Here though, when we're actually in the game, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Like, this is a lot less clean. There's just a lot more stuff on the screen suddenly. And it's not clear what everything is. Like, Let's Race is presumably going to take me to where I can play, but then there's also whatever this is. 1P race, and I'm like, oh, is that not the same as this? Oh, right, by default it's multiplayer, car mini challenge, but then also car class. What is model? Not really sure what everything is. But this lets me change my cargo. Let's be the green one. Oh, okay. Let's go with that. This is gonna be local multiplayer, isn't it? No? Okay, no, this is just, we're racing. We are live! And they're off. Sean coming up around the first bend. He gets stuck near the back of the cars. He's not doing very well in this race against a bunch of AI opponents. He's struggling to work out the controls, but he's getting there. He overtakes Blue, crashes into the side of Orange, knocking him off the track. He's side by side with Blue. He tears into second place. He's getting behind Bread. He's on the way. Can he break it? Can he break into the lead now? Tearing away from the rest of the pack. Green and red at the front. Green is ahead. He still has quite a lot left of this track to go, and Sean cannot keep up this really high-paced commentary for the whole rest of the track. It looks like he's miles ahead. It looks like no one else has a chance. He crosses the line. There are 2 more laps. I got way too excited with that first lap, thinking that would be the end of the race. It is not. Sean now has quite a long way left to go, and he's crashed into a wall. This isn't looking good for him all of a sudden, and he tears into the lead while Sean is getting confused over his commentary, and he lost. Oh, but he knocks a wheel into the road. Hopefully that doesn't pose too much of a problem for the other drivers. Cross over a checkpoint. All these cool little sliding effects are very cool. Side by side with Red, this last AI really is giving him a run for his money. I quite like how that has been designed, so that he gets a little one-on-one race, probably a bit of rubber banding involved, but enough for it to work. Green still in first. Was that his best lap? It was probably his worst by quite a long margin because he crashed into the side early on. Can he make the race? Ultimately, I'm making it sound like it's a question, but it's really not at this point. This race is totally over, assuming Sean doesn't crash hard into the wall and just sort of stay there for about 30 seconds again. I think it's pretty certain he's going to win. The pixels and the crowd go wild. So, I like a lot of this. This feels super nice. Am I just driving around in this? It's actually really satisfying. I worried that this, like top-down racing controls, like that's hard. It's hard to do well, but I like that you can just oversteer slightly and like bust out into a little skid like that, and it leaves little skid marks on the track. That's sick. Can I am I just stuck in here now? Is this my victory lap? What's the deal? Control, space. Game pause, peel, start button. No, I don't. How do I get out? Can I just F5? Just gonna refresh them. You know, it's got a weird mix of styles, but it's zoomed out enough that you kind of get away with it. Yeah, level was beginner. Pro. Legend. Oh, let's move up to pro. Oh, right, okay, so this is just changing. Right, okay. Getting the idea now that because these are like setting. It's a little confusing because like you've got an option that's just starting the game. And then all these other things that like, right, so then all the other things are settings for that. I get it now. It was a little confusing to look at first because, I don't know, I think this button needs to stand out visually as being like clearly a different thing from all of these, which are like determining the settings, whether these have like little up and down arrows next to them or something, and then this one is like a big bold one underneath everything. Maybe all of these settings are like settings in a row, and then underneath is like the start race button, so then it's clear that that's a distinct thing that will start the game, separate from all the other things which are just determining the settings for the game. Do Monaco? Is that in here? Oh, it is. Wait, hang on, Oh no, we're doing Donington, son. Monaco, get out of here. Does this have Mario Kart timings where if I time the acceleration at the beginning, we'll get a boost or something? Yeah, like, Some of the mishmash style doesn't work. I think the trees look a bit rubbish. I like the idea with the pixel crowd, but it doesn't quite match aesthetically everything else. Everything else is quite like smooth and gradiented and... Uh-oh. I like the way the camera behaves. Like, that's smart. Just zooming out as you go faster. I mean, like, the Pro is a lot harder. Pro is a lot harder. What's Legend like? Legend, they just follow a path and just go at max speed or something. But the controls on this are sick. I don't think the checkpoints are things you... I get that that's probably how it works internally. Probably not something you need to mark for me. I probably didn't need to see those. Uh-oh. I think it might have crashed. It wasn't looking good for me there anyway. But, no, yeah, I really love the, Kodak and Heineken, so I didn't even notice that. Try Legend. I'm not gonna put my name in every time, right? They're just faster than me. Oh, no. Is there slipstream effect? Yeah, overall, I really dig the controls in this. I think I would watch your art style, because overall it has a really good look, but until when you've got these weird pixel trees, and weird pixel clouds as well, just noticing that. You see those clouds? Like, massive pixel edges. And the crowds, I think those things don't work. I would make it high res. Or higher res than it is. Tricky to do, but I think it's going to be worth your time investment for a Rolex. Be careful with that. Probably make up some fake brands. Make up some fake brands that just look a little bit like the real brands, but be careful. But on the whole, this is sick. I think your main menu could use a little bit of work, just in terms of clarity. The smoke as well. I'm second as well. I'm actually doing better on Legend than I was doing on Pro. Can we catch our leader here? Don't think so. Second. Online multiplayer. If you could do it, it'd actually be kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. Which I don't want to send you down that route of losing your mind over that, but what you've got here is very cool. I would love to play it online multiplayer. That would be dope. But and it works really well in HTML5 as well, which is good. A few little weird crashes and bugs now and again. But it's super solid. Well done. It's good. I like it a lot. Well done, misterakuma. That was cool. Smock's block from Fractal. Made this with some friends for Minijam 62. Theme was colors, and all animations had to be no more than 2 frames. 2 frames. Okay. Smock is suffering from a severe case of painter's block. He'll have to face his inner demons of creativity if he wants to finish his art project. Harness the power of paint to battle against fearsome foes and solve puzzles while traversing the barren wasteland of Smock's inspiration. You know, given that we're kind of... Yeah, we are pretty much at the halfway mark here. I'm going to pop downstairs, I'm going to grab myself a new drink, maybe a sandwich, just real quick. I'm not going to be a super long time, but I'm just going to do a quick BRB, because I haven't done this previously, and I've just sort of sat here for the full 5 hours or whatever of the stream, and then gotten up, and my blood sugar has been screwed. So I'm going to get a fresh drink, grab a snack, and make sure that I mentally and physically survive the process of this stream. But I'm looking forward to trying this game. In a minute. Maybe if I click run game, maybe we get a little thing. Oh, well, it needs to load anyway by the seams of it. If it's loading at all. Do we think it's loading? Doesn't. I'm convinced this is loading. I'm gonna try it in Chrome rather than in Brave. There we go. Okay. Well, that's loading. I'll be right back. Hopefully, it doesn't put out a super loud sound that annihilates. I'm just gonna lower desktop audio just in case. That's done. Oh, hang on. How did you know, Homsy? How did you know? Yeah, I just sit and eat live on stream. That's how professional we are here.
We're on a brief break while I devour this sandwich. See, probably missed him, but bye, Vegan Cube. So reliable, always lets us know. Nah, it's just Biscoff. Holtzy nailed it. Where is it? It's right in there, man. Oh, good stuff. It's like biscuit flavored sandwich spread. It's a sandwich that tastes like biscuits. Halsey, how dare you come in this chat and say things that are entirely accurate? Get the hell out of here. Specula. Oh, that sounds horrible, I don't know. Sandwich with yeah, that's pretty much it. You pretty much nailed it. Hopefully, NVIDIA RTX voice is doing its job and filtering out the sounds of me crunching and eating this. But sometimes it thinks the sound of eating, yeah, that's exactly what human voices sounds like, and transmits it with perfect detail, filtering out everything but the sound of me eating. Which can be a bit distressing when I'm on like a Discord thing with my friends or whatever, playing games. And I'm just like, well, I'm using this RTX thing, it filters out all background noise, I can just munch on this thing fine. And like it just comes like right through, it just sounds really wet and horrible. So I'm trying to eat with some distance to the mic to make sure this is not actually happening. I'm glad, Fractal. I'm glad you're enjoying your time. What do I do for a living besides YouTube? YouTube is like... YouTube itself doesn't make me very much money. In the sense that of AdSense, right? Like the adverts on the videos don't make me very much money. Patreon makes me the bulk of my money. Yes, obviously YouTube is the platform that makes me the money because it's what drives that traffic to exist, right? And people to onto my videos and be like, yes, this is worth supporting, and then they go to Patreon, they become a supporter of mine. And so on. But in terms of like where the income is actually coming from, the bulk of it is from Patreon, and that is more than enough for me to live on full time, really. But in addition to that, I make money from source code sales. People who watch the tutorial and either they can't really be bothered to watch the entire tutorial, or they want their source code as an extra thing to sort of help them along with it. They can buy it for an extra bit of money, or if they're a Patreon supporter, they get it as well. Get it either way. That actually makes a surprising amount of money from people who like probably aren't prepared to pledge monthly or whatever just to support my stuff, but are willing to drop a little bit of money for something extra or whatever. I was very surprised. I thought that would just be like a tiny amount extra. It's actually quite substantial. Other than that, I do some freelance stuff. I'm working on a project at the moment that's taking a lot of my free time, but is I wish it could take more of my free time, really. Like it's a really fun project to work on. I'm really excited for it. which is very rare for me. Like I mostly just work on my own stuff. I don't really tend to do a whole lot of contract work, and when I do, it tends to be small consultation type things. But the project came along that was correct, and I'm doing a lot of work on that at the moment, and it's super fun to work on, and it's paying very well as well. And now and again I do consulting stuff and things that are extra as well. Thank you Cave Dens for subscribing. Taking that little bit of Jeff Bezos's money and funneling it, a tiny bit of it towards me. That's very nice of you. I mean, it's within Twitch's ecosystem, so I guess he just gets it back. But nonetheless, thank you anyway for the subscription. Put this before, but it's concentrated on the stream. Here's a link to a demo link. Oh, okay. Carrying paper private taking. Oh yeah. So actually, yeah, Jeff gets most of the money. And then just a tiny bit of that gets redirected, I guess is how that works, right? But thank you. Very cool. Enjoy your emote. Smock's block. Let's get back in here, shall we? Smock's block. Colorblind mode off. Full screen it up. I like the art. Okay. Well, it's not the transition I expected, but from one style to a different but similar style. I see what you mean with the animations now, it's cute. Good morning, Smock. Got that big art assignment coming up, huh? Your art is always so good! I'm sure it will be amazing. I like these faces are cute. This guy. Can I? Oh, I can zoom in on these browser ones as well. Like, look at this guy. Hello, son. Alright, he already has a voice just from that face, right? Like, look at these eyebrows, man. See your painting again. As long as you don't get it on the carpet. Oh. The transitions are a bit, I don't know. I get it, it's like all 2-frame and everything, but some of those shots weren't great. Like, I wasn't sure if that was gameplay or what. It just felt like the angle was weird, and I wasn't sure what my eyes were meant to be focusing on in the shot. Like, I think the bits of him just sort of holding the paintbrush and trying to lift it up, kind of thing. I get now, like at the end of it, I get what that was sort of doing. But I think it's just something with the composition of those shots in sequence just felt a little off. Yeah, cave dens, we can do that as long as I can get the game, basically. As long as I don't have to shell out any money for it. Now, what counts as an animation? Because, like, his head turns with significantly more than 2 frames. But that is... How do we define an animation?
fighting red paint with red paint. I thought this was going to be some sort of Splatoon type thing at first. Somewhat disappointingly, just like a shooty thing. Not super consistent feedback on when I'm hitting things, and not there is a little hard to tell what was going on. Someone else just subscribed, but it didn't come up in my mini feed. Oh, Destromag, subscribed to Tier 1. They subscribed for 2 months. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Destromag, very cool. Oh, we got different colours. I don't think anything told me that right mouse cycled or whatever. Which way? Oh wait, can I? Ah, see, that's cool. This is kind of where I thought the game was going. Oh, the tree stump. There we go. Space to jump. I wish that was mechanically relevant. Maybe it becomes mechanically relevant. Okay. This is like another one of those issues of just like, here's the mechanic, here's the mechanic code on signposts over and over, right? It's better than not teaching me about it for sure, but it's something, I don't know. Especially when I now have to combine that with another thing. Yeah, it's like it's a tricky one. Match the pattern. Remember, left click to paint and right click to change color. You never told me that in the first place. Oh, whatever. What's the key to change your aiming mode? Ooh. Okay. What was the other thing? The C to toggle colorblind mode. Oh, okay. Interesting. Match it. Match what pattern? Where? I only see one pattern. Oh, right, okay. A little bit weird, like what am I painting here? Like, also very hard to really aim or use the yellow one, but it worked out in the end. Also weird that this is the same color as the thing I've come to associate with just level end. The different colors beat different things, maybe? I don't know. The blue one seems like kind of the best in a way for any kind of aiming. Best range and most precise. I kind of wish there was something to encourage me to paint all those things because it's fun. I guess this is like kind of a puzzle here in like learning how the different aim modes will hit things. I probably should have done the red last. Or the blue last. So I'm gonna have to do some bits again. I like the way it looks. It looks all very nice. No. Oh, that's annoying. Oh. No. No. Alright. Okay. That means if I screw up with the blue. Let's try and do that last. It's possible for us to hit the other side because it has a super long range. I kind of wish I was painting things rather than just tiles on the floor, right? Like, this is like quite fun and cool, like just taking this grey world and turning it colourful is fun. Just doing the things on the floor is less interesting. Like I say, I get there's kind of a puzzle in like working out how to use these different AoEs to actually cover the things, but it's not that interesting. Oh my god, I was gonna say if I had to do those things again because I messed up the jump. Feelings about the jump and dash thing as well, but we'll see how the game progresses. It's confusing that these things are different coloured enemies, but like I feel like that's like all my gamer senses are telling me that this has some sort of meaningful interaction with the colours I use to fight them. Like some colours like do more damage to other things, but there's not really anything to indicate if that is true. Might not be true, but it feels like it's true. So you either want to make them probably not just those colours, or I get you want a consistent aesthetic. Like, oh, okay. So it's like, I'll fight the enemies and then I'll deal with the puzzle, right? They're a bit separate elements. I don't think this game needed enemies, really. Or I think the enemies should have been like grey, just grey things that you like, you know, that's the enemy, is the blank canvas, right, that you're trying to fight and get over your painter's block, rather than being colours, unless the colours are a significant mechanic in a way that isn't clear. God damn it! Yes. Oof. No. Thank God. It's really cute, and I love the style of it and everything. The combat is kind of an afterthought. Yeah, I'd ditch it. I think you've got a really cool place that's just nice and fun to exist in, and it could do without the stress of this combat. That doesn't feel great and doesn't really add much, in my opinion. I think the puzzle of painting things and getting them the right color and everything else could be interesting. I would make it better than just tiles on the floor. Maybe use lots of cool objects that you're trying to make into the correct color for whatever reason they should be, whatever colors they should be. There's a lot of different things you could do. It might need a few new mechanics, but I think you basically just sort of route together the basic elements of like a 3D platformer and hope to carry it on that, right? You just put in some combat, we put in some jumps and dashes and stuff. And I don't think either of those are necessary. You could have just had the one jump, but I think maybe just playing into the puzzle aspects of it and this like nice, cute, simple world and the clarity you've got going on and painting things around you in different colors might have been all you really needed. I'm gonna leave it there, I think. But it's super cute. I like it a lot. I think you've got. I think the aesthetic eye is very good here. The game feel on the combat isn't great, and this had something, I don't know how many legs it had, and like I say, I think it was a bit disappointing to go from like, oh, we can paint these cool models to be anything we want, like you have that tech, to then be like, oh, the puzzle is just painting squares on the floor. It was a little bit disappointing, but there was mechanics here at least, you know, like this was sort of interesting. It was annoying when you screwed it up and the big yellow one was a pain to control, but it was something. There was a game there, right? Yeah, it does. It has a lot of charm, which is a difficult thing. A difficult thing to. It's kind of hard to teach that. So definitely a lot of good there. Thanks for that one. It was super good. Lieutenant Coyote here with Spirit Bomber, tactical like almost turn-based. Flying Boma, not exactly simulator. Alright, that has taught me a lot. Red, that has taught me nothing about what this game is. Oh, that's my joy. I'd love to see it as a full game. I think it needs to work out what its direction is. Is it a puzzle game? Is it a fighting game? Is it or is it a combat game? Is it a jumping platforming game? What is it? You know, it needs to find its identity and really commit hard to it, I think. But there's something there. There's something there, and I think, yeah, do keep working on it. What are the rules of Critique Friday? It's Feedback Friday. That's the first rule. The rules are: a game must be made by you, or you must be a part of the team and have permission from your teammates. Freely accessible. That's just in the sense, I'm starting to feel like this isn't clear actually, like people may be assuming that it means your game must be free, but you can give me a Steam code for something you've released if you really want. Typically the kinds of games we do tend to be a bit more work in progress than that, or a bit more they tend to be like people's hobby games, and the works in progress. They tend to be released final products. But the point of this rule is just, I can get the game. You're not like, here, buy my game and play it on stream. Playable on PC. Someone linked to, like, that was recently added because someone linked an Android game. Obviously, I can't. I can be like, oh, this is quite good. I mean, you got some weird, like, some pixel issues over here, but like, it's good, guys. You know, that doesn't really work. And obviously local multiplayer, like, it has, I think I might put this as a fourth rule, that it has to have a significant single player component, right? Because otherwise it's hard for me to really give good or useful feedback on. As much I would love to feedback like local multiplayer, I love local multiplayer games, but as you can see, there is only one human. Showers to Arctics. I don't know if they are here in the stream or not, but wherever they are in the world, on their browser, they just pledged $20 on Patreon, which makes them a very cool person indeed. Look forward to hearing their name pronounced at the end of videos. Spirit Bomber 1. Oh, have I played this before? Or have I just extracted it twice now? Whatever. We got it now. Oh, you missed accident capture in time, but there was a explosion right at the beginning. Oh, come on, currently you just get a crown no matter what you are. I don't really know. Yeah, I guess I could add some cool stuff like that. I don't really have a way to do a split in the way it gets the spreadsheet data, unless I just rely on people to type in what thing they are. But I want to do a whole lot more stuff to the stream overlay. Every time I go to work on it, I can't decide what I want to add, and then I just give up. But I do want to do some more stuff with the stream overlay and the little dudes down. I like this music. Digging this. Let me turn it up there. On the stream for you all. Yeah, it's a very subtle wave on the options. It's good. So yeah, he said it had your favorite thing, which I'm guessing he means pixel sizes. Which is true, you can see they're different here, but it's actually okay because it doesn't really ruin anything's illusion. You can kind of get away with it with text as long as you're doing linear scaling and it's like different elements. So like it's consistent here, and you've got mixing anyway with the rotations. You're kind of committed to it one way or the other. And given the rest of the screen is entirely black, this might have looked a little weird if then you had a background and the background was another pixel size as well, but with it being black, it's alright actually. I've said before, it's never been about the pixel sizes. It's been about a consistent and coherent aesthetic, and there's a lot in here that's like the colours match up okay, the green is a bit weird, but it looks alright, you know? See ya, Merrick's Lab. Thank you for following. I see that, it's in my mini feed, sorry if I didn't say when it popped up, but thank you nonetheless. And thanks for stopping by. New game. Mission briefing. Navigate to the exit area. Second just NA. Okay. This like that first screen looked like reasonably like considered. Title at the top, menu center. It's clean and simple. This screen, there's a lot of. I don't think I can zoom in on the way this is full screen, but I'll try. Oh, I can. Yeah. So notice how I can zoom into an entire area of blackness here. Like, what's this about? It feels like this area is a bit too small. Like, just sort of squint your eyes and look at the screen a little bit, and notice how it kind of feels, just so that everything kind of looks like a blob to you, right? Notice how it feels that it's just sort of all over the place and a bit random. You know, you've got kind of like a couple of green blobs on the left-hand side, a tiny green blob at the top, and that level, like the map, is just like this random blob in in a very arbitrary position on screen. So whether that means you need to frame it more, or whether this needs like stretching up or what, it's hard to be sure depending on what your exact limitations are. Or maybe the text needs to be bigger and this needs just framing in a different way. But I think you could almost scale this 2 times the size, right? This map you've got over here, which would then make the pixels okay. hopefully you get what I mean. Maybe it's probably a big thing with the font being kind of small as well. Anyway, I'm here, get to the end. Okay, then this is a very different screen all of a sudden. We've got loads of colour everywhere, no black space. Notice what instruments are on the dashboard. Like how I could hover in place. Okay, right, it's like... I see. Got fuel, ETA. I like that as well, just look at the dashboard. I'm like, oh okay, and then I'll use that to try and work out what's going on. It makes learning how to play a little bit of the game, right? I can't read the text that's down here, because as you can see, it is... I think it speaks for itself. Fuel. Yeah, so compared to spin mixels here, I sometimes spin mixels are fine. Like if you want to do something at an angle, I reckon this would have looked better as just the pixels like going up to the thing, like keeping that at resolution. Maybe just having like 10 different stages of the animation or something like that, because obviously your resolution is higher than whatever this is. But maybe you could have just drawn like 10 frames for this, of like actually, you know, like a thing that matches. I see like you just wanted to represent like an analog amount. It's cute. It's kind of, this effect, like that text is really nice. But the screen is kind of ruined right now with the amount of other text on the screen that kind of like doesn't, like that, the other text on the screen stands out more and looks further forward and front than the mission completed does, when the mission completed should be the thing that's like taking over the screen. So I don't know if maybe you want to darken the screen behind it, or get rid of all other text when you put this thing up, or like bring in some black bars, or do something that like frames this and focuses it in something. Screen composition seems to be a general issue with this game, but otherwise generally things look nice. I think they're just not composited super well. Composed, you know what I mean. Secondary objective, follow instructions. Yeah, follow instructions if you want. Oh, for some reason I thought I was this thing. It's a radar, but I thought it was a ship, but actually I spawned down there, and because this was more central on the camera, I had no idea I was down here this whole time. I take it if I move into that, it's probably bad, but I didn't. And I didn't just by, I didn't do anything to avoid it. Instructions wasn't followed. What? How do I go? I want to go back. I want to retry. I want to know what instructions I didn't follow. Oh wow. Do not get hit in this mission. Do not have any anti-aircraft rocket on your tail. So I don't know if that radar could have maybe shot something at me or something like that, but my natural path through it avoided it. So I think what you want to do in that situation, if you want to teach me about how radars or turrets work, if that's what that was, because I still don't really know, is make it so my natural path gets me killed, so that I have to then do something, right? Because then that will force me to learn. Alright, I automatically bomb things, that's kind of cute. We'll just carry on for now. It's cool. Yeah, I saw like a mirror coming up there. It looks like you can be in it briefly, as long as you get out of it before you get blown up. Oh, this might be okay, because we're in a small bar. Oh, fuck, it's not okay, it's not okay, it's not okay, it's not okay, it's bad, it's real bad, it's real bad. How do I get away? Okay, well, we're not dead. Wait, am I going the right... Have I just turned back? Oh, no, whatever. Oh yeah, because it curves and then curves again, right? Again, I think it's a problem with the shadows here. So you got these like bold colours and bold black shadows on this. So I can read this text really, really well. But your cool mission completed thing just sort of fades into the background on it. You see what I mean? Especially given it's not even aligned to this, it really looks like it's in the background compared to this. Secret mission failed? Question mark, question mark, I don't know. Oh, the radar did hit me a little bit and I just didn't notice, fair enough. But, well, you know, problem there, I didn't notice. The mix-up. Bomb all targets that navigate to exit area, avoid radar contact, select the bomb, correct bomb, secret objectives. How do I select a different bomb? Oh, to report bomb type. Report bomb type, okay, whatever. Respawn red target, bomb, carpet bomb. Tactical nuke. I don't have a tactical nuke. Okay, whatever. Oh, right, and the different color targets tell me what I need. Okay. I wanna know what the secret mission is. Can I fly into these walls? No, I can't. Or maybe that's just because... Oh, no, no. I almost feel like the text should move or something. There's something about it being static in the world that just... No, I think that's already failed me as secondary objective, right? Is that much of a mechanic? Press a button before going over the... Like, I get how it works. It's just not very compelling as a thing, right? It's alright. What haven't I got? Running out of fuel. Oh, we just need to leave. Don't know what the secret objective was still. I get the idea. Anyway, we'll move on. This is really cool though. I generally really like it. I think you've got some screen composition issues. With just some of the artwork and the text and stuff like that. Like, this screen could be better, I think, in a lot of different ways. You could do with that, maybe some background stuff going on here as well, I don't know. But, generally it's good. Like, I don't really hate a lot of... You've got a mixing going on. Some cases of it, I maybe drop. Like, I don't really like the radar, the fuel indicator being analog like that. I think you probably get away with an actual pixel thing that would look better. But for the most part, I think you get away with most of the things you've done. The game I quite like. It's good. I think I'd actually like it to flow a bit faster.
Almost like when I know I could kind of hold it down. When I was holding it down, it kind of moved a bit faster. I almost feel like I'd like it if it just like was a bit more like when I wanted to hold it down, I could almost play it like real time, and I'm just like, it would almost be cool at the end to see it play back in real time, but like super fast as well. Like just show you how you did the mission. Be like, I don't know. But I think you do. I think that's solid. All in all, good stuff. Ooh, we got another game from Securas or Securas. Tiny platformer for the low res jam, slightly broken but works for the most part. Okay. Help our hero destroy Dracula's power. Dracunite. Or Dracunite exclamation mark? Exclamation mark. Dracunite. Okay, it's just a weird font. It's a cute screen. You are tasked to defeat Dracula and retrieve his power crystal. You did it! Hey, sick. Alright, next game, guys. Thanks for submitting this. This is really cool. Let's move on. I'd be surprised if there were mixels in this. Like, how would you get any? It's so low res, like, it would be hard to do. Like, you'd have to what? Do like pixels that were like double size? You wouldn't take my power crystal. Oh, big. Oused. Who calls it oused? And then also, let's wait. D is. You've got the directions don't matter. It's fine. You get the idea. JK? It's the problem when you go this minimal. It can be hard to really ZX. Oh right, ZX and C do things. Alright, space JK or ZXC. Right, I see. These are like just showing the different buttons that do things rather than marking. Right, okay. So I was like, oh, A is left. I'm like, well, yeah, fair enough. Then W right? What? But that's not what that's doing. It's just being like, WASD, arrow keys, space. Tricky, but it eventually does the job. Yeah, it's a little awkward, but it does get there. Z does that. X did do a thing, but maybe I've just completely. Oh no, right, it threw an axe, but it went super far that way and took a while to come back. So it's like a pokey poke thing where like you throw it and then it comes back. Can I do a thing? No. Ah, cool! It is pokey poke. Sick. Struggling with these buttons a little bit though. Right. Yeah. Alright, I'd have to have the axe in order to do that. So that's cute. Right, so we didn't have any sign or anything telling me like, oh, press down, jump. And I know I tell people like, if you don't know what to do, just put in a sign. Just put in the thing that tells me. And that's, it is fine. But here's a little step up, right? I can't do anything else there, and I know I have to be able to progress. Okay? There's nothing else to distract me. Very, very tiny room. Absolutely nothing else going to distract me. I don't want to talk people into doing this if they can't work out how, because it can be tricky. Like, it's for people a bit more confident with their level design. But this does work, right? Mess around with the control. I have nothing else I can do. I can flail these buttons for ages, and eventually I'm going to find out that I'm going to come down. I'm going to experiment because I have to. No. No.
some reason I don't know, I think it's just my brain doesn't want Z to be the attack and X to be the... But I don't know. Okay, so something... This would have been a bit trickier. I know what to do, obviously, because I worked it out from trying, just based on having seen a few games like this. Don't know how this would have gone down if I didn't already gotta know. But as I said, I would experiment. But I do see that a lot of people might just be like, I'm jumping, and it's not high enough. I don't get what to do. And maybe give us a tricky one. I think you get away with it, though. The problem with doing something like that early sometimes is that the movement one is fair enough, because like, the dropping through a platform thing, it's a really common thing, and it's quite easy to get your head around. Something a bit more like specific like that people won't necessarily know is a thing. I don't know, I guess if you've already played around with buttons, I think it works. But you know, be careful. I know, to be fair, you don't have much choice. You know, you've got this many pixels, like, putting in signs and stuff isn't gonna work. I don't know how I would have done that any better. It's probably about the best way I could have thought to do it. I'm gonna be swinging my axe like this. Wait, so what was going on? I won and I got the power crystal, and now I'm what, fighting my way out? Oh, I'm dead. Kind of hard to know how to deal with enemies that approach from an angle like that. Oh, oops. I like that you pause in the air when you throw it. And see exactly what height you were when you threw it. Ow! Oh, can we go two ways here? Throws you up a little higher as well, just to make sure you get all the way into the room when you're approaching from above. It's cool. Yeah, pretty much every time I review one of Securas' games, I start making a criticism and then end up taking it back. And I'm like, actually no, that's probably the best way you could have done. Okay. Alright. Tricky. Does that always, like, just... does it always do that same... I thought it looked different when we burst through it into the walls at the start. Maybe it does just always look like that. I'm gonna steal that effect where you just stop for a bit after throwing the thing, actually. So I don't think I do that in Poke. I know I slow you down while you're aiming a throw, but like actually stopping you for just a moment in midair after the throw, that's cool. I might steal that. Wait, am I all the way back? Ah! Axe throw is very satisfying. I really like the way you bring me in like that. I brought the key back. Sick. No, thank you. Oh, maybe it just automatically comes. I don't know. It looked like the axe brought it back. Uh oh, I've thrown it too far. Is it coming back? Come back, axe! There we go. I thought I could kind of just stop it wherever it was. I don't know. Maybe not. And you have to wait for it to hit a thing. I think maybe you shouldn't be allowed to throw the axe off screen like that. Like, because of the way kind of everything is a bit screen to screen, when you throw it off screen you don't really have any... There was a feature? It mostly just leaves me like uncertain of when the axe is gonna come back though, when like it accidentally happens, and I'm like, oh. And I mean, I know it's like my own fault, but... Does it? I don't know. I mean, I can only describe the effect it has on me playing it, right? Which is just like I kind of want to kill this thing, but then it's like, oh, this goes on for like 8 years. Guess I could just jump and swing, right? Damn it! No, not like this! No! No, get me out of here. Nah, I thought I was gonna die there. Alright, we'll leave that there. That's very cool. Yeah, very tricky because you've not really got a lot of space on each screen to actually do any level design or anything, right? Because of the low res jam. But I think you've done a solid job. I think you prioritized the right things in general. Yeah, I'm not keen on the axe being thrown off screen being a thing. I think if it goes off screen, I mean, you could maybe do something where at least like just if it goes off screen, just have it at least travel for a consistent time rather than actually moving to find somewhere in the level to hit and come back, because it's just a bit like yeah, kind of have it just stick to thin air, like because it's off screen. I don't know where it is. I just want it to come back. I want it like the gameplay wise, right? I'm pretty sure that's what I do in Pokepoke. I think if the spear goes off screen for like, if it travels off screen for more than a little bit, it just like automatically pretends it's hit something and just comes back. I mean, it's your game, man. You do what you want, but like, I'm just saying, I think it sucks that way. But other than that, solid. I think all the sounds and stuff are great. I like the sword attacks. Trying to hit up is kind of hard. I still don't really know how the. It's just the third attack in the chain, isn't it? But yeah, dealing anything coming or above me I find kind of hard, and it's annoying because most of your enemies are bats or things that come from above. So other than this, it's tricky, but good. It was good, yeah, because I think like not relying on text to do things is good because you can't really make it work at low res. At this kind of res, it just looks horrible. So you just use as little text as you can. But good, as always. As yeah, you know, your batting average is pretty solid and high. Um, there was subpixel animation? I didn't notice it if there was. As in I didn't spot the... As in it was done well, like I didn't spot any subpixels off it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Anyway, next up we got Graveyard Reaper from Vesk 4000. You are a Reaper who was just assigned to this graveyard. That's basically like being a janitor in the death industry. Okay. Every day a hearse drops off a few bodies to collect them. You earn money by building graves for those bodies. You can also build paths. Okay, this is hard to understand without the context of the game. Let's just run the game. Arrow keys, movement. Hold 1. Build, destroy grave. Hold 2. Okay. This actually is higher res, isn't it? You can... Yeah. You're right, it isn't easy to do UI at 84 by 48. Can I make this bigger? Or even want to with how big this text is, but like... This is why you just sort of... You can't do it. Like, oh, it's really hard to do UI at this resolution, isn't it? Yeah, so like, you kind of have to find other solutions for the most part. Like, that other game basically just relied on like a couple of icons for things, right? And had to find other smarter ways of teaching you and showing you information, because this upgrade shovel, just look how much space this takes up. Grass, I'm not sure what's going on. I think I have a body. 1, 2, 3 keys aren't doing much. Oh no, that's the select square above me that shows what I'm like selecting. Kill people, what? Can't seem to buy anything. There are 12 bodies or something somewhere. Is that what that is? We got a body. Oh, 13. We have to do what? Building graves. Hold 1, okay. Ah. bankrupt 2 days. Oh, right, as in I lost and I lasted 2 days. Okay. Okay. Let's make some graves. I just upgrade our shovel. Upgrade graves, or how do we make the graves better? What do you even mean? Well, there's no bodies, so I'll kill people. Does that make more bodies show up? Right. They just look fancy. Or maybe the graves get you more money. Oh, I just made a path. What? What makes me lose money? Oh, -5 money a day. Oh, and we can sort of see the hours. Okay. So we have to always stay above hour, like 5 or whatever, right? I think I eventually get it. God damn it, built a path again. Man, why do people do these low res jams? They're so hard. Like it's quite hard to come up with good solutions to these things. Well, oh, I've got a bunch of bodies. Okay, didn't realize. Wait, minus. Why is my rent going up or whatever? Every time I put one of these, it costs more per day, like to manage or something. Is that the? But that's how I make money by increasing the amount of money I have to pay daily. I feel like that's a doomed spiral. Yeah, I kind of get it. There's something here, but I don't think I've done the numbers right. No. Womp womp. Okay. Nokia 3310 jam. Interesting. And I don't think the Nokia would have allowed for the subpixels required for this, like, smooth movement. I just got to make sure because stupid securas in his games make me think I'm going crazy. But yeah, definitely subpixel movement. Yeah. But nonetheless, Yeah, it all just kind of outworks. It's tough because within the limitations, I'm not sure, like, what would I have done better here in order to learn these things. I mean, maybe open it slower rather than just dumping you in with, like, just all of the stuff. Say both, securas. Um, like, maybe just start you in without the ability to upgrade any of these things, and you're just in the field and just be like, plant grapes with this button. And you just plant a few graves with bodies, and then like when you run out of bodies, it can be like, get more bodies by doing this, and then like a little bit later in, build paths with this, and so on. You know, just introduce each element a bit at a time, and then you probably don't have to cover the screen with as much of this. And maybe I don't have to read all this in order to learn how to play it, because that took a while to get to. When you get through it all, there is a little game under this, and it's it's all right, you know, like trying to balance numbers to make sure the numbers can keep going up in the face of increasing costs. It's quite difficult, but it's there. It's good. But yeah, like rather than just dumping me into the world and being like, "Go, you lose, try again," it's like, you know, that's going to be difficult for anyone not in a context like this where I'm kind of feel compelled to give it a bit of time and work out how to do it right. Oh, people are just going to look at it and be like, I don't get it. It's that I lost. Moving on, you know? So you gotta bring people in a bit at a time. Once you've brought them in, you can then sort of have it restart quicker and so on. But and I needed to open up a bit slower. But it was good. I say once it got going, there was a little game under there. It was interesting. I wasn't quite sure how to play it. Didn't really know how to make the best use of the paths thing or whatever, but I don't know for sure that there wasn't a good way. Sorceress Games 2018 brings us The Lost Artifacts. What time are we on? 5:15? Depending how long this one takes, we might do a bonus game. We got a bunch of people in the chat, so I don't know if anyone's got games. What am I going to say? You know, I actually give it some credit, at least it's used the same colors. Like, I mean, yeah, it's in a totally different style and it's gradiented and so on, but at least they're the same, like, you know. See you, dude. Good to see you again. Always a pleasure. Turn-based RPG game inspired by many classics. Okay. So it looks like it could be quite long, so we're probably going to play a little bit of it. And I take it you want feedback on the demo? Oh, I guess that's all the Windows beta version. Is this different? I don't know. But this is what we're playing. Is this person still here? It tends to be hard to have the developer still in chat by the end, because they admit they had to wait quite a long time for the game to be played. Sorceress Games 2018. I'm just gonna say it in case you've got this in a tab somewhere and you're not you were waiting for it to be played, or maybe you had to go away or whatever. I don't know, but your game's being played or about to be. The Lost Artifacts.
We're gonna talk about your mixels! Because who boy are there some mixels? So they were going for lunch. Well, I hope they managed to eat something that put them in a place of mind where they're now able to create consistent aesthetic. 'Cause how do you do it in the same? Look at this. In the button. In the button. You know, wrapped in the black, it could be worse, but it could so easily have just matched. They could have. They've got a lot of pixels to play with here. God, it doesn't even match this. Like this, and this is different. That would have been, that on its own might have been okay. At least it's like a similar style, and then this is the menu, so it's like you can kind of get away with that. But this is no. What's going on with the outline shadow thing here? I don't know. And what? Or left. Oh, we got Arag and Mouse as well. Title. Alright. New game. Yeah, I mean, that's usually the case when. Oh, it's auto-scrolling the text. God damn it. That was pretty quick as well. I was like, okay, there's a text box on the screen. I'm going to turn away and say something now while that text box is on screen before I progress it, and then it's just gone. So I have no idea what that said. And it was the first thing said in a probably story-driven, like, RPG thing. Bit of an issue. I don't think I need to keep pointing it out. We get the idea. Okay, we can move off. That's the thing, we've got like a gridded, like tile-based, like art kit here, but with non-tile-based movement, which isn't always the worst thing in the world, but the scaling of everything is weird, and oh yeah, we can go behind that. Like, just make him match. Make it match. Just scale him up. He would fit in. He would look fine. The style is right. Just align it to a grid. Okay. Okay, that's just a weird camera issue. I was like, why is there like an extra pixel in here, but it's just a camera thing, right? Okay. Okay, I have a temptation to keep pointing it out, but we get it. We get the point about the pixels. Let's stop talking about it. Monster Screech and Dark Shadows come overland. Okay, cool. My son, you must find the lost artifacts. Combined, they wield greater power than any weapon. Cool. Talk to the people in the town for help. Don't forget to visit the shop for anything you might need. I like that. You must go on this quest to stop the dark forces that are threatening the world. Don't forget to stop by the shop for anything you need on your heroic journey. Just something in that. It's a common thing. It's just funny. That's some vibrant greens. Okay. Feels like we've got some like precise masks maybe or something going on here. That's yeah, okay.
Yeah, he needs depth. A bunch of depth issues. You just want to do like a depth equals B-box bomb thing, or a depth equals negative Y thing. Because that's no bueno. You should be in front of the tree now. Also, I think your origin's a little misplaced on this animation as he's walking forwards. It's just causing him to do like this little sort of thing as he moves. Nina's house. It's terrible. Mimi is missing. That's how Orange went to the mystical forest. What is it with people getting lost in mystical forests? Rare vendor. Used for crafting. Oh, okay. I don't have any rubies though, but I have a lot of gold. Oh, but I can't buy any of this stuff because it all needs rubies, but I have 10,000 gold, but it is useless. I have all of the gold and yet I have no wealth. What is this? Pre-Soviet Russia. Okay. No. I want to talk to the cat. No, I'll talk to the cat. Do I need? I'm worried that I'm going to leave the shop and leave the town and not have the requisite sword or whatever that I was supposed to buy. But let's just keep going. Person was lost to the east, right? Or do they mean east after leaving the town? So the path should probably stretch out the bottom there as well, right? Bit of a fourth wall break in that. Oh, this is the starting town where we started. I left out the bottom of town. And then ended up over here. Oh, I guess the perspective doesn't really matter. Let's jump to enter. Wait, I can't jump. Why have you called it jump? Blue mushroom. Okay. Little effects. There's another like screen composition issues here, right? Where you've just got a lot of space. And I don't know if part of that is because you've also built it in to support different resolutions. So I know this is running at a higher resolution than perhaps it was built on or for. So maybe some of that is due to that, and maybe on like your native resolution these are like bigger and so on and use more of this dead space. But as you can see here, we've got quite a lot of dead space. It's cool, you got a system to go, like it's existing at all is cool. I struggle to know what to advise people with these sorts of games because a lot of me wants to scream like, you're doing too much, you're trying to make a thing that's too big and too complicated and so on, but it's clearly it's like clearly also the thing that you're enthusiastic about. I could say like, oh, make a much smaller game, and I still think that's correct, but I just don't know that you would have the drive or enthusiasm to do it in the same way. Also, I'm getting bust up. Okay. That was pretty strong. There's like a delay between the start of the what I presume is the random battle thing and the actual transition happening. The problem is when you try and do everything, something so big, you're rushing to get all the basic bare bones of your systems in. Yeah, hello, you're back. That's at least you made it back. You're trying to get like the bare bones of your system in. Systems. Let Sean remember how to speak. You're trying to get like the bare bones of all these systems in so that it works, which is so much work because you've got so much to do. That everything ends up presented a little bit poorly, and everything ends up a little bit buggy or like held together with paper clips. So you would be massively helped by scoping the heck down, you know? I don't want to tell you to just make a different game or to make a simpler thing, but I think I would try and do what you're doing with a smaller scope. You know, I saw a lot of things on that world map and a big whole area, but maybe just tell a short story, you know? Maybe it doesn't have to be a big quest to save the world or something, you know? Maybe it can just be about rescuing a friend who got lost in the woods, and that could be the whole game. Yeah, so, I mean, you missed me yelling about it a lot, but your style is all over the place. Well, not the style, but like the resolution is all over the place. Like, this guy doesn't match his background at all, and so on. I don't know how much of this is maybe just me because it's defaulted to my screen resolution. But like, this text and this, no. It's I want to give a lot of respect to the amount of work that clearly this took, you know? Okay, we're out of healing potions, so I guess we're just screwed soon. Can I get out of the screen? Oh, I guess I can. How do I get out of this? Uh-oh, did I bust it? Oh no, the fight is still happening, I just can't see. Item, how do I? Oh no. Use the apple. Okay, it didn't do anything. Okay, and there's things like that, just little things like that on there because you've just got the basic functionality of everything, right? Well, thank God for that. Sorcerer's Games. Because there's a whole lot to fix. Got some rendering issues with that. Stupid random encounters. I'm gonna have to flee now. I don't really. All I had was potions to like heal myself, right? Otherwise, it's just. And I guess we can do this thing again. Seems pretty strong. Are we just in? Where does this level? Oh my god! Does it end? Could not flee. Oh, great. Guess I'm about to get wrecked. Oh, I had 9 health, but I didn't take 9. Can I reach the end? No, it's too long. F. I don't remember saving at all. So I guess this is just gonna continue from last save. That doesn't exist. Right. Oh, okay. Okay, so since you weren't here, I just want to do a couple of other things. Didn't this do a text box last time? Was it? You know what? Alt F4. Let's try this again. There's your first issue. Made with Unity. Why? Look at the whatever. Okay, so you can't use depth equals -y. It's a Unity game. God knows what you need to do for depth in that thing. Issue. Okay. I like that, well, other than when it's gone to nighttime, that this was at least like in keeping with the colors that you'd use for the rocks, but the style is totally not there. These buttons don't match even the background, let alone the text that's in them. It's a bit of an issue. Why is this waterfall just going into grass as well? It's big grass. I don't know. But overall, the composition of that screen was okay. It's the art styles wherever at. This comes up and then it just goes away. Right? Why does that go away? Give me a chance to read it. And the character just doesn't match the thing. Is that possible? Can I bring that menu back up? Alt. Yeah, Alt brought it up. Options. If I go to like, does this help anything? No, it's all still. It's all still. I just thought for a moment it might just be like a resolution issue, but no, it is just like that. So I get how this can happen when you are taking, if you're taking art from other places. You say it's from file. I don't know what that is, if that's a person or a game or what, but it's important that the sprites match. You do have a lot of work put out for you, so I'm impressed you got all this together in Unity. Like, well done. I've made it hard for yourself, definitely. Probably the single most difficult engine you could have picked to do this in. Short of, making it yourself, and for some reason starting a new game causes this text box to just not ever come up. Composition is an issue generally, where you've just got a lot of space of just the tiled sprites over and over in like huge spaces. So this screen looks okay, actually. It's not really a great example. But yeah, how much of the space is just this tiled thing? It really hurts in the grassy areas. So you've just got huge swathes of just grass, right? And there's just not much thought in the composition there. Double check the resolution for yet. You need it needs to look consistent. So there's just the pixel sizes do not match the background here, right? And this happens all over the place, and you've got a font as well that doesn't have that as well. Let me just start it one more time. I just want to get back out into that grassy area. Something bad happened. Let me check on my Father of the King. Yeah. Also, like, however Unity handles origins and stuff, I don't know, but like, it's a little bit off center here, which is causing him to like wobble left and right a bit as he moves down. As I say, this is a big open space as well. It's probably way bigger and more open than it needed to be. Kind of works, I guess, inside of a big castle or whatever, and you've got some patterns and stuff laid down. Again, not the worst example here, and yeah, we talked to him and we learned some stuff. When we come out here, this is a screen where it's like the composition issue becomes a lot worse. Part of it is down to the really bright colors of the green, but also it's just so much area is just this like super noisy grass texture. Like, look at this screen. Like, look at this like frame image, right? How much of this is just
Like, look, if I can zoom into an area that's just that, like, that's probably an issue. Probably needed something more interesting going on in that space, okay? Issue with the trees is obviously, oh, cool, I can walk behind the trees, you've got depth going on. Oops. We you know, we can go in front of it here. So what you want to do is draw the character further forward based on their Y position in the screen for stuff like this, okay? So like if you treat, and by that I mean like the bottom of him. So like you can do lines? I didn't know I could do lines in this. That's cool. Yeah, so anyway, this area here underneath him here, this Y position is kind of where you want to be tracking on the player. So when he's below like this area on this tree, he should draw in front of the tree, and when he's above that position, draw behind the tree, okay? I don't know how you do that in Unity, but that's what you do. Anyway, and the same thing for like obviously these guys and so on, they're all just sort of drawing wherever. It's kind of just got a collision thing on it. Although, yeah, it's again drawing. Feels like you've drawn the character like behind everything. If you want to make the mistake, you generally want to make the mistake of the player being forward too much rather than being behind things. But well, yeah, like that. Like it when it looks wrong, it looks better wrong when it's the player in front rather than when it's the player behind something generally. But it's better if it just looks right, of course. You use layers for everything, so you just want to move. It must have ways of doing this kind of thing, though. I don't, you know, I don't know how to do it within that ecosystem, but you need to find a way. Game Maker uses layers, but you can still have depth creates temporary layers, so like you kind of shuffle things around on based on like their height in the screen. So some things they just need to be dynamic, you know. You need to find, basically you need like a layer for every like Y height or whatever, right? However it allows you to do that. Yeah, like you need like a pixel font if you're going for a pixel art style. Like it just doesn't match the thing at all, or at least keep it consistent. Like this, like if you're really attached to this font for whatever reason, please don't be. But if you are, at least use like a vector, like text box or whatever that matches it. That stretches down there without any like road. Obviously, we've seen that area. I'm just wandering around to see what else it's about. So if this is the whole thing, if this is the whole scope of the game, just this, oh god, there's a bridge leading to a desert area. I was gonna say, if this one island is your whole scope of the game or whatever, and it's basically that, then okay. But and if you're still confident you're learning things through the development of this game, then carry on. But if I were you, I would either scope down massively or start a new project, right? And that's not because what you've got here is bad or anything. I'm just trying to accelerate the process in which you learn, okay? And like to spend a really, really long time on one project that's big and expansive, you'll learn a lot right away, and then you're going to get diminishing returns on your own personal growth as a developer. This map screen looks looks okay. It's just the conflict in styles, you know. I don't mind the black outlines on these because at least they're like specific interactive elements. But it just stands out that the character is the wrong resolution on everything. This mist actually looks kind of cool, even though that's the wrong resolution. I'd rather it be at the right resolution, but the effect is nice. Anyway, that's all presentation stuff. All that aside, the gameplay, like the combat, is like fine, but also just not super interesting. And when you run out of potions, you just die because there's a lot of encounters. So
some tweaking needs going on there. You're just doing it as a classic combat thing. That's fine. But your general curves and access to resources and so on needs thinking about and tweaking, and the numbers need sorting out. The composition of the fights felt a little bit weak. Let's just get a fight up. Usually takes about 2 seconds. No, we're not gonna have any now. No, I want one. Yeah, it's weird how it does a and then does the fight. Like, again, I shouldn't be able to zoom in and see just this, right? Like he could be like, you could have like doubled the size of all this and zoomed right in, right? Sprites don't match the background. Text is really tiny, like what's all this space for? I guess for other party members later or something, right? But for now it does nothing, so you probably want to shrink the size of this down. It's all just tiled over and over and it stands out a bit. Composition and the aesthetic, I think, is a thing. And if you're not an artist, it can be hard. Or if you don't have the specific eye for it, it can be hard. But it's something to be worked on for sure. But other than a few like weird bugs and crashes, it all works, and you've done a lot of things, and you've probably learned a lot from the construction of it. I hope all that was useful. All right. Thank you for submitting that. It was cool. Bit too big, I think. I think you probably bit enough, more than you can chew, but you're determined to just chew through it anyway. So I wish you the best of luck. Just please scope down. I know you said it's all mostly finished, but please consider just cutting 80% of the game out. And try and just focus on really refining and making that 20% good. I know no matter how much I say it, you probably won't do it, but just please consider it. Anyway, nonetheless, thank you for submitting that. And that is the lot. It is 5:45. We'll play one more game, exactly one more, and it's going to be the first one. Okay, even if it goes up to 2 responses, we're only going to play the first one that comes in. All right. I know there was at least one person in the chat that said like, "Oh, I've got a game." I don't know. There was a few people there. It was like, "Oh, I missed the chance to submit." So now's your chance. Okay, it's gonna be fastest finger first. So don't bother filling out the short description or just put in the tiniest thing. Oh, it is required, so just, I don't know, be quick, right? You gotta get your strats, get the link, get FAQ, get in there, get ready. I'm not turning it on yet. Just get ready. Are we ready? Do we think they're ready? You know what? I don't care if they're ready. It's open. It's gonna go to 1 responses and we're gonna lock it straight away. Even if it goes to 2, we're not playing both. Boom. Congratulations. Borari. I hope that's your actual name. Yeah, you made it, man, with your quad A strat. It's good. Someone in the chat being like, "Damn it, I should have put 3 in." It's difficult, man, and you know it's not fair, but it's the fairest we could do it. So, what do we have? Yap beta.exe. We know nothing about it because there was no time. Streamlight, true, but everyone has to deal with that, you know. To varying degrees, sure, it's a bit RNG, but everyone does have to deal with it. Yep, it's another 2D platformer! Nice. With my classic menu down here with the little arrow and everything. It's not liking me. Hang on. Oh, full screen. Capture now. Oh, every time I do that, it keeps. Well. Alright, we're gonna not zoom in. I'm just gonna have to rely on pointing things out with maybe the cursor. Capture now. Oh, yeah. Okay, we've got my cursor at least. Start jumping. Unlock everything. Quit jumping. Okay. You can see it. I don't want to zoom because I'm scared it'll break it again, but pixel sizes, man. Oh, I can just toggle it with F. Cool. Can I zoom in? Okay, cool. We've got zooming is okay now. Okay. It's just on that menu for some reason. Okay, why? Why do we have a shift button? Is that important? Why don't I just move at the speed? Maybe there'll be an answer to that. I don't know. We haven't seen much of the game yet. Go away. Oh. That, like, smells of secret to me. Like a crouch, almost? Try some jumps. Do you like jumps? Then you're in parallax as well. I'm pressing L. That's... You have any idea how far away that is? Hey! Let me use the other hand? Why not just let that be jump? I don't have double jump, right? Why not just have that be press jump again in the air? F. Oh no. The screen's super inconsistent as well. Like... Also, hang on. What's that about? You scale that up from something or something? Like, what happened there? Stop. Alright. No, hell. Ugh. Man, we're like right on the edge of that, right? Oh, are those picking up the powers? Right. Okay, so I know how to use that. Are we gonna do anything? Is there gonna be any interesting challenge related to it, or is it just in there because, like, that's a cool platform mechanic? Okay. Just slightly darker blocks is a weird one to use for kill blocks, but we get the idea, I guess. Scaling vertically is a little bit because of how we can fall, but no real transition there either, just climb and die. Wait, what? Oh, did that take us some sort of hub world? Wasn't particularly clear. It didn't look any different, and it just sort of looked like another level. It's kind of cool. I like the animation on the little helicopter-y thing, that's cool. It's a cool type of double jump, you know, because it's like not a double jump, but it's like sort of one. Like these fixed directions that it can go in. So like these areas of level design aren't bad. But like, what's all? Hang on. What is all this space for? You know? Did it need to be here? I think the theme of today's Feedback Friday is composition, like screen composition. You kind of want to trim stuff that isn't important to the game, really. There's this whole area on the other side as well, and I bet I don't use like all that space. Oh my god. It's useful to give a moment, like after you jump away from the wall, like after you press the direction to go away from the wall, that you can still do the wall jump. Otherwise, it's very easy for me to be like, okay, I need to hold the other direction immediately after I come away from the wall, so I do it too early, and then I can't wall jump anymore because I've come slightly away from the wall. And I can't see all the way down, so I've just got to remember the pattern. Gravity is quite intense. Oh, and there's not even a save point. No, there is. Okay. So yeah, there's way too much like extra space on the outside of here, and it's a little bit mentally overwhelming. Like I'm talking about all this space and stuff that's going on out here, right? I'm like, oh god, is that a part of the level? It's like, you know, why is it all just huge amount of space down here? Why not just the blocks that kill you or whatever, right? There's something cute in the level design of seeing the end from the start and looping around to it. Oh, okay. Is this level gonna... I like that. I like that level, like, by nature taught you the thing that's gonna be in the level. Yeah, that wall jumping thing's annoying. Yeah, it's kind of like the wall jump equivalent of the jump buffer, you know? You need to let it happen for a few frames after you technically can't anymore. Yeah, and the problem with this, like, the composition thing is, like, it lets me... I keep thinking, like, maybe I'm missing something that's, like, up to the... Like up here? Like, just all this extra space? Just like all this space down here, like it's just distracting and a bit uncomfortable. It just makes the level design feel a bit sloppy and unfocused, right? Nothing wrong with the actual challenges and things you've got going on in here. Perfectly interesting. Kind of cool. Probably a bit too slapdash and just sort of thrown down without really planning an interesting route through it, but as an idea is nice. Transitions would be helpful. Is that just a timing thing? Not super interesting because I don't really know the timing. Also, like, when I die, it would be good to, like, just... I mean, obviously when I fall off the screen like that, but, like, when I hit the spikes and stuff, maybe freeze on that death for a moment, or give some sort of transition or death animation or something like that that, like, shows me where I die rather than just snapping straight to the "you died" screen. It would be helpful. No. Like, I feel like I'm just sort of going and praying, so I don't really have any indication of when it's going to swap. Like, just trying to learn an arbitrary timing is a bit hard. Yeah, it's hard. Right. I'll go to her. Interesting. I get the idea. That's cool. I like it. It is obviously just experimenting with basic platformer stuff and having a good time, and I think generally I like that you've taken some of the ideas from my tutorial series as well and gone, like, your own way with it. It's always cool to see. I like the art in general. I like the aesthetic. But you need to keep the style consistent by just keeping your pixel sizes the same. I think will do that for you. I like the general feel of it though. You need to put a buffer into your wall jumps so that they don't feel terrible to do, especially if you're going to use them a lot. That being, you know, when you come away from the wall, just give you a couple of frames where you can still do the wall jump. And be careful. Try and just compose the like. You've got moments like in each level design that are good, but then just like this vast space surrounding them, like it's not like you've got no good ideas or anything in the level design, but you'll just like make a room like this, and you'll just be like, okay, idea, 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 level end, level begin, right? And then you kind of do something a bit like this, and then just sort of like put like these thin walls like in between them that just sort of vaguely guide you. This is kind of a bit what your levels feel like. Whereas what I'd like to see more is something that was a bit more like, I don't know. Like this, and it's like idea, idea. That's 3 even. Idea 1, idea 2, idea 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, end, right? I'm not sure if I'm really being clear about the difference there, but the point is that like all of the space is dedicated and important to the level design moment, right? You don't have just a bunch of extra, just like space. I feel like I'm slowly getting better at explaining. Like, there's ideas I have in my head because, like, I've learned a lot through just doing and through playing and through research and studying the way other designers do things and so on. So I don't actually have the best academic language sometimes to break down the specifics of things in level design that I notice. But we're slowly getting there over time and me being able to explain. And I feel like I explain it best through these weird MS Paint images sometimes. You'll also notice the thing I've done here is sort of focus it a bit more left to right, including a few like vertical bits just for some variety. But generally speaking, you don't want your level to feel like it is a big rectangle, right? Which some of your levels kind of did. You could feel the presence of the room boundaries. You kind of want to make it feel more like its own like shape, right? And the problem with doing this is like you feel like compelled to use all the space, so you can do these like end up doing these like big open areas, like the ending is here and you start there or whatever, and yeah. So yeah. Also, vertical segments in general are a pain, just because like if you fall down, if you leave an area that's like, I don't know, idea, finish, start, idea, and like the path is like this. If you have the ability to fall down here, I know you've got the checkpoint system, but it's still just a bit uncomfortable and messy, right? It just feels like you're worrying about, yeah, I don't know. So generally trying to avoid that and just keep each bit to being about itself. And the easiest way to avoid that is just make your level flow left to right. Anyway, thank you for that last game. That's all we're doing today. It is now 6 o'clock where I am. Thank you all very much for all the various games. I forgot to put the VOD up of Feedback Friday 11, but it will go up sooner or later. I think I've exported it to YouTube. I just haven't done the, I just need to clip off the start and the end again. Yeah. This one will probably go up, I don't know, a day after that one goes up or something like that. New video out today. Those of you in the chat maybe haven't seen, I put a video about GM Live. It's a really, really cool tool for GameMaker that allows you to kind of code in real time in GameMaker, which is about as absurd and magical as it sounds. Go check that out and go buy it because it's super, super good. And Yellow Afterlife frankly deserves the money. And other than that, I'll see you all next week. Maybe we'll do an FF7 stream at some point. I've been doing those in the evening if people are into that kind of thing. I've been playing through Final Fantasy VII, doing a no materia run, which has been interesting to say the least. A lot easier than you might think it would be. Yeah, that's it. I haven't got anything else. I'm gonna head off now and play some video games and get something to eat and just generally enjoy my weekend. I hope you enjoy yours. Thanks, guys. See you later.